me.
Every freelance creative knows this feeling. You may or may not have ever almost lost your home, but no matter who you are, the bills never stop flowing, even when your client stream does. It's times like these that we have to be especially creative. Whether you consider yourself to be someone who works well under pressure or not, you're about to exercise those chops. You have to find a solution before everything falls apart, and traditional approaches to finding work are too slow and competitive to meet your needs. It can easily take weeks just to hear back from even one potential client when responding to gig ads on job boards. And then, if you're lucky enough to hear back from one or two, it can take a couple more weeks to convince them you're right for the job, negotiate terms, etc., before you can hope to be paid a deposit and start working. Your prospects hold the power in the relationship from day one with this approach. They control the timeline, the money, and the negotiating power. This just isn't working. And that's why I'm making this series. I know I'm not the only creative out there struggling to pay bills. So I'm taking you with me as I put my ingenuity and resourcefulness to the test to try to pay my rent before I get evicted, so you can learn from my mistakes and hopefully victories. Right now, I'm on my way to another cleaning gig. It's definitely not my dream job, but it's honest, in-demand work that helps me at least keep my smaller bills like utilities and gas money paid. Maybe I'll have some time to think about my freelance strategy while I clean, so I'll update you when I get back. When my cleaning client asked how I was today, I told her with an honest answer, which opened up a conversation about the challenge I'm facing, potential solutions, and the skills I currently have to work with, which further led to her asking me to use my design skills to help her redesign her interior. This isn't the kind of job I would ever have searched for or applied for online, since my experience is in graphic design, not interior design. But this opportunity is being handed to me by somebody I already know and like at the time that I need it most, so I'm jumping on it. I'm about to sit down and put together a proposal so I can show her that she's in good hands with this project, so let's go. First, I wrote out all the crucial content I wanted to include in the final pitch deck in a Google Doc so I wouldn't be tempted to get into the design of it until this part was finished. Then I took it over to Canva to put together a nice presentation. Now, I know a lot of designers get all elitist when it comes to using Canva, but I'm not an elitist, and I found it to be the fastest, easiest solution for certain tasks like this one, so I'm doing what I gotta do. While I work on this, I thought it would be helpful to break down some tips you guys might benefit from that I'm learning as I go. You'd be surprised how many opportunities may be available with the network you already have. Even if you don't think anyone you know could benefit from your skill set, you'll never know for sure until you talk to them about it. You can reach out to friends and acquaintances directly, but also keep your feelers out for opportunities that might emerge organically when you need them the most, and don't let them pass you by. So here's a few tips that will help you along the way. 1, be honest when people ask how you're doing. It can open surprising opportunities from unlikely sources. When I told my house cleaning client that I was stressed about being late on rent, she showed genuine concern and started brainstorming with me about solutions. Because I had mentioned that I'm a designer when I'm not cleaning houses, she started asking my advice on her home's aesthetics, which led to her asking me if I'd be open to helping her redesign her interior. 2, be open to working on new types of projects that are adjacent to your current skill set, but that you might have little to no experience in, even if it makes you feel like an imposter. And be honest about your level of experience with your prospects, but also don't sell yourself short. When my cleaning client asked me to redesign her home interior, I made it clear right away that I had never worked professionally as an interior designer, but also that my 5 years graphic design experience, plus my familiarity with her and her home from cleaning for her, makes me confident that I could do a really good job with this opportunity. When I sent over my proposal, I made sure to explain my logic behind my pricing, transparently taking my lack of experience as an interior designer, but also my significant experience as a graphic designer into account. Being humble enough to admit lack of expertise in one area while also confident enough to show the ways in which you are an expert builds trust and professional authority instantly. 3, personalize your proposal so the client knows that you understand them. She had mentioned several times since I'd started cleaning her house that her dried rose collection is very important to her. During our initial conversation about this potential interior design project, she made it clear to me that she wants the roses to remain a part of the final result. So, when I put together my proposal, I made sure to include graphics of dried roses as a recurring design element and an aesthetic anchor point for the rest of the design pitch. She's also currently in the final stages of painting her walls a particular dark blue green color, so I used this color as the background for my pitch deck slides to ground my proposal and the aesthetic that I was proposing into the look she already has going but wants to refine. And now we wait till the next episode of Lila versus the Bills. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to keep up with the saga and learn from my mistakes and victories so you can face similar challenges with a tool belt of strategies, tactics, and advice to help you win.